Hello, Joe from Joe K Models here. So here is the final video in the Mitsubishi A6M2b Zero series. So all done with it. I really had a lot of fun building this kit. I had a good time doing all of the different things. The hairspray, chipping, just everything, just learning about the airplane itself and the role that it played at this point during World War II is very interesting to me. And as you can see, like on the box art itself, you got, I'm assuming this is probably like Solomon Islands or whatnot. There's an air battle going on between the Zero and the Wildcat. And if you've been following my channel at all, you'll know that I did a Wildcat previously to this, and I'm going to bring that out a little bit later and just kind of do a comparison. But I got the idea to do both of these, partly because they were rivals, especially early on in the Pacific Theater. So as far as the kit goes, everything fit very well. All of the painting is called out pretty clear. A lot of this I didn't do, like the propeller I didn't do. There were some other things that I didn't have to worry about, but everything was laid out very well. The instructions were pretty clear. I didn't have any problems with that, and because I painted a lot of the things on the airplane, I didn't have to use a lot of decals, but I still had some stencils to put on and that type of thing. So without further ado, here is the finished airplane. And as you can see, I have it in a nose downward fashion, so that if you see it, it's pointing down. I wanted it to be in this position just to kind of show it maybe on an attack run or making a dive at something, or just something to kind of liven it up a little bit, make it a little bit more exciting to look at. And I like doing planes that are just sitting on the ground too, don't get me wrong. I think those are just as good to have it like that, but I just wanted to try something different. I had all of these stands from Airfix that are just sitting around, so I wanted to do something different. And I also wanted to do a wood effect on the stand. So as you'll see in the build video, or even if you've been following along on my vlog, like what I did to kind of achieve this, but I just kind of wanted that wood grain look. I thought that would look kind of nice with the subject, and especially at fighting over densely populated forests, with trees, like densely populated trees, stuff like that. The Airfix itself, the kit says that it's a beginner kit, and I can definitely see how it could be a beginner kit, but I would argue that if you're going to do some of the things like masking the canopy here and doing some of the rescribing detail on the bottom, which you'll also see, I would argue that it's maybe more of an intermediate level type kit if you're going to go that extra mile. But if you're just looking to put this together, and as far as the fit goes, yeah, a beginner could do this, no problem. But what's nice about this little $10 kit, I think I paid about $10 for it, is that you can do so much more with it. And I try to do that by doing some of the different techniques like the hairspray, and just adding a little something more to it, trying to challenge myself, painting on the roundels and the stripes and everything, and just getting some of that bare metal silver to shine through. So it was a great learning experience, and this is something that I'll be able to take with me onto my next projects. And I do have some next projects planned out that might be interesting for you guys to check out once I get to them. So this is how it ended up turning out. Very happy. There were a few quirks with it, maybe 2 or 3 different fit issues, maybe a couple of things not called out as far as what they should be painted in the instructions, just a couple things like that. But really there's not a whole lot to it, and there's not really anything that you can't figure out on your own. I know I had a lot of fun researching what color the cowling should be on the front or the island back here, and what's really cool is there's a lot of groups online You know, there's forums. Me specifically, I joined a Facebook group dedicated to you know, Japanese Zero modeling, and I was able to ask a lot of questions there, find out, you know, the different colors that people were using. Great reference materials. Like, I got links to a couple different websites that were just awesome, just to see the photos of it in color, what happened as the sun beat down on different parts of the airplane. So all of that, I really like, you know, the research and development part of it. Even though I get stuck on a lot of that stuff sometimes and it takes me away from the modeling, I think that having an appreciation for the history of not just the airplane, but the people, you know, the young men that flew these machines, you know, it really puts a little bit of your heart into it as well. I truly believe that. So that's what we got here, and then I'm just going to bring in the Wildcat as well, because I think that, you know, it wouldn't be complete without the full story of you know, these two planes being in the same picture together, because the Wildcat and the Zero, they did compete against each other, and, you know, brave men flew both of these machines. And, you know, I spent about $20 on, you know, for both of these, you know, so $20 combined, and I'm really happy with the amount of detail that comes out of the box with the kit. I did add a couple of things to the control panel, which also in my build video you'll see that. So I did a couple things to maybe upgrade it a bit. But yeah, I mean, just the detail and the options that I had, especially with this Wildcat having the wing up like that, or even with the Zero with having the wheels be up in place so that I could add the stand. And you know, there's also, you could also you know, change the rudder if you wanted to and do some different things. So there was a lot of customization that could be done with these. And you know, I feel like I have two good display pieces now that I can have a conversation around, you know, this period during World War II in the Pacific Theater. So that was really my goal with it, and I'm very happy with how they turned out. Right now I'm rendering the video for the full build, so hopefully by the time this is out I can link it to the end of this. But I just wanted to give my final impressions and just what I thought about the overall process. So, and one last shout out, just thanks everybody in the community that comments on my videos and makes suggestions, and, you know, even the constructive criticism. You know, that's what this is all about, is to get better and to you know, to have that support by the community. So I really do appreciate you guys doing that. And you know, the list goes on and on to mention names. I would hate to leave people out, but you guys know who you are. So with that, thank you so much for watching my vlog series. Stay tuned. You know, I would love it if you guys would subscribe if you haven't already, and follow along, and, you know, continue on this journey that we all got going with our modeling. So another interesting thing is, whenever I talk to people about these two, I'm going to be able to tell them, yeah, I mean, I pretty much built these during a strange time in our world, and it's something that I'll always remember these builds for. And I'm sure you guys have worked on some things yourselves, and we'll have the same stories to share down the road. So with that, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one. This is Joe from Joe K Models.